Hey there, welcome back to another stitch tutorial. So in today's tutorial we're going to work this even berry stitch. This is a very easy and textured pattern, very pretty for pot holders and washcloths. You can also use it to make a blanket, beanies and sweaters. For this tutorial, you'll need a 5.0mm crochet hook, a worsted weight yarn or an Aran weight yarn, and a pair of scissors. If you do not have an Aran weight yarn, you can use any yarn that you have with the corresponding or the recommended hook size. To begin, you're going to make a slip knot. Insert your hook and chain any even number of stitches. So I'm going to chain 24. You can chain it longer or shorter depending on how you want your foundation chain or your work to be. So for row 1, you're going to skip the very first stitch or the very first chain from the hook, and on this second chain you're going to work on these back bumps. So you can work on the very loop of your chain at the front, but I prefer working on the back bumps because it gives a neater look at the edge of your work. So turn your work, skip the very first chain from the hook, and on this second chain you want to insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the loop on your hook. So that will be our first slip stitch. Then on the second chain you're going to work a half double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook in that second chain, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through the 3 loops, and then slip stitch in the next stitch. You want to make your slip stitches a little loose, don't make them tight so that we can be able to work in them in the next row. After working a slip stitch, work a half double in the next stitch, and then slip stitch in the next stitch, half double in the next stitch, and continue alternating between a slip stitch and a half double crochet until the end, ending with a slip stitch in the very last chain. So when you reach the last chain, it's going to be a slip stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook. And then you're going to proceed to row 2. So for row 2, which is going to be our repeat row, you're going to chain 1, then turn your work, and in that very first stitch you're going to go through both loops at the top. So insert your hook through both the loops and then work your first slip stitch. So yarn over, pull through the loop, and pull through the loop on your hook. And then in the next stitch, which is a half double, you're going to work a half double. So yarn over, go in that stitch, insert your hook through both loops at the top, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through all the 3 loops on your hook. Slip stitch in the next stitch, and then half double in the next stitch. So you're also going to repeat this all the way to the end. So since you started with a slip stitch in the first stitch, you're going to end also with a slip stitch on this very last. So go in that very last stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the loop on your hook. Chain 1. So after chaining 1, you're going to turn your work, and row 3 we're going to repeat our row 2 pattern by working a slip stitch on the very first stitch, going through both loops at the top, and then yarn over, work a half double crochet in the next half double crochet stitch, slip stitch in the next slip stitch, and half double crochet in the next half double crochet. So repeat that pattern all the way, ending it with a slip stitch on the very last slip stitch. Chain 1, turn your work, and repeat that row pattern until you have your desired length of your swatch, or your swatch. After working all the way to your desired number of rows, you're going to chain 1. So after working your last slip stitch, yarn over, then chain 1 and pull your yarn through and fasten it to close that loop. So your work should be done, and if you enjoyed this tutorial, let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, stay safe, God bless you, and bye.